Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time, and I have a smile on my face because I have a good story to report to you. This is about a man in Pennsylvania. He has cancer. His nickname is Bimbo. He used his $1,200 stimulus check to buy 308 sandwiches for his neighbors. He said, I don't know what happened, but it did. And I'm going to give you a little bit more information about that in this video. And here's why I'm doing this video. I know my viewers and subscribers want updates about the stimulus. I get that. But this channel, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. And so are you. And I believe this is what I call an American moment. This is a moment for us to show our best selves. I believe we are only as strong as our weakest links. And I believe this is a time for us to show our compassion, show our humanity, and show that we are Americans who care for one another. And I believe this. This isn't some sappy speech I came up with. This is a reoccurring pattern that you've probably noticed on my channel. And that is what makes this channel different and hopefully more valuable to you, because I want to remind our viewers and subscribers about what makes this country great. And I can tell you that what makes this country great is you. What makes this country great is you and your spirit with my spirit, and what we can do for our fellow citizens. And so we should never forget that. In fact, this is the time when we need to do more of that. So this is a fascinating story. I saw this story, I loved it, and I immediately wanted to share it with my audience, because I think that we can all do something similar in our community, with our neighbors, with our friends, with our family, and we can pay it forward. I've seen viewers and subscribers say, hey, I went fishing. I have no money, but I went fishing, and then I was able to share the fish with other members of my community, and I was able to help make sure that somebody had food to eat. Those stories like that actually give me goosebumps, and I want to share the story with the family. I don't even use the word community anymore. I think of you guys as family, and I want to be able to share this so that you can hopefully pay it forward. So here's the story, man. And by the way, I'll provide you with a link to the story in the description section below. And so this was in Cressona, Pennsylvania. So the story is, man uses stimulus check to buy hoagies for his community. Carl Schwenk decided to pay it forward with money from his stimulus check. And the story reads, if you saw Carl Schwenk of Cressona smile, you'd find it hard to believe that every night at 8 o'clock he has to get treatment for his skin cancer. He's such a giving, caring person. He'll help anybody, said Carl's wife, Deborah Schwenk. And you can actually check the link in the description section below and actually watch a video on that article. So everybody who talks about Carl describes him as Bimbo. And I don't know why they call him Bimbo, but you know, I'm sure that's an affectionate nickname. So recently, that generous nature was on full display when he used one of his stimulus checks to buy hundreds of hoagies for the community at Jean's Place in Cressona. He said, I had my stimulus check, let's give away 100 subs. I said, this is a pandemic, people are having problems, people are worrying about feeding their families. Let's enlighten their life for one day. Let's give away 100 subs. So his original idea was to give out 100 subs. He ended up giving away 308 subs. I'd love one of those subs, and I'd love to shake hands with that man. That sounds amazing. He said, I don't know how that happened, but it did. Words from Carl Schwenk. And Carl isn't just stopping there. This weekend, he's at it again. Money that he and his wife Jean had saved to buy a new carpet for their home is instead being used to provide more subs from this place called Jean's Place for people in his county. Just unbelievable. I love this guy. The response from the people was so overwhelming, I could cry. It was so nice. They just loved it and they needed it, so we decided we're going to do it again. Carl, you are a true American, my friend. He said, so Jean, who's the owner of Jean's Place, from the place where Carl's buying the subs from, said, I went to high school with him. I've known him a long time, so I think it's great. It's really great. We live in a great community with great people, and we like to help out. So 11 a.m. Saturday is so if you're in Cressona, Pennsylvania, you can show up at Jean's Place at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And when you come, you'll be given a hoagie, a bag of chips, an apple, and a bottle of water. Amazing. So that was the story, everybody. I think that this is a time for us to shine as Americans. This is, I call it the American moment. In fact, I didn't come up with that. Former Vice President Joe Biden came up with that, so I want to give him credit. Credit has to be given where credit is due. And so I sincerely believe that, both sides, I believe that, doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. I believe that both sides want what's best for our country. I just think that unfortunately, there are egos at play, and that, even though for us it's not about being a Democrat or a Republican, at the end of the day, the reality is there are politics involved. But again, the reason I'm making this video is to take a step away from some of the politics, take a step away from the mechanics of the negotiation, which is you've been getting step-by-step commentary on my channel about A, what's been happening, and B, why it's been happening. I'll continue to do that because I want to do the research, and I want to help you make sense of all of this, because sometimes the mind goes, oh my God, this isn't making any sense. Why is this happening? So I'll continue to do that, but I wanted to share this story. I wanted to provide some level of hope, and I wanted to tell you that you have the ability to make a difference to other people. Now, this is not a wealthy man. I just want to be clear. Carl is not a wealthy man. Carl used his stimulus check to buy sandwiches for his community. Okay, Bimbo. I would call him a rock star. Okay, I don't know why they call him Bimbo. I'd actually like to find out. But and then he and his wife had saved money to buy a new carpet. Instead, what do? They use that money to again buy more food for the community. So I just wanted to share this story, and I wanted you to know that I understand the pain that everyone's going through. I completely understand. But if we can help someone else, if we have the ability to do that, let's try and reduce the collective burden. Let's try and help each other. Let's try and come together. Let's show our best selves. Let's show our compassion. Let's show our humanity. Let's forget politics. Let's forget the partisan nature. Let's be bipartisan. If someone is a President Trump supporter, you respect that person. If someone's a Vice President Joe Biden supporter, you respect that person, regardless of what your beliefs are. That is our true strength as Americans. It's very easy to get into partisan bickering. I get that, and in fact, when I look at the comment section below, I see people sort of just going at each other. I actually think it's unnecessary. Sometimes I actually think it's quite funny, because I think we have to look at this at a higher level despite our emotions, and we have to try and find our humanity, find our compassion, and help others as best as we can. If you're not in a position to help others and you desperately need that stimulus check to pay rent, to be able to buy food, to be able to keep the lights on, that's fine. You don't have to do what Carl did. But if you have the ability to do it and you do it, you're going to make a difference to other people's lives. That's what I wanted to share in this video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really, really, really appreciate you watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream, and I want to help you live your American dream. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Make sure you click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications so you get instant updates from our channel going forward. Now you can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and then you'll get added to our SMS alerts list. You can also get added to our email alerts list. Go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and then you can get added to our email list. You can opt out of the SMS list or the email list at any point in time that you want. Sometimes YouTube doesn't send out notifications, so make sure you bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime. This way you can visit our homepage, you can watch the videos at any point in time that you want, and you're not dependent on YouTube notifications. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. As we get into a sort of a very high-paced election cycle, I'll be releasing breaking news alerts on Twitter, because what happens on Twitter is as soon as I find something important, I release it, and you'll find out immediately as I find out. That's key, because the thing with these videos is that by the time we process the information, by the time I record the video, then we upload the video, then YouTube has to process the video, which actually takes time, believe it or not, and then we have to add the thumbnails, we have to do some prep work for the videos before we release them. So there's usually a lag of anywhere between 20 minutes to as long as an hour between when we create a video and when you see the video. Even though we try and get it to you as fast as we can, there is usually a lag. But with Twitter, as soon as I find out, bam, you'll find out immediately. It'll be almost like you'll be thinking what I'm thinking on Twitter. So I really think you may want to follow us on Twitter. That's ignition_time. On Instagram, I release exclusive content specifically for our Instagram subscribers. Once again, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time. So please make sure you follow us on Instagram as well, at ignition_time, which is our Instagram handle. Finally, please click like. Please subscribe, please enable notifications. That's your vote of confidence in me and my team. I really, really appreciate you watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.